on day one of this experience, Mika said that your goal is to, as a team, is to win the whole thing. And I know that you're one of the older guys on this team, and you've been there, you've been to the finals, and the last two seasons have not made the playoffs. So I was just wondering, just if there's a feeling of any kind of desperate feeling for you with this team, knowing that you have an opportunity here and you can't be assured that you're going to get another one.
Yeah, I think anytime you get a chance in the playoffs, you want to take advantage of it. I was lucky early enough in my career to get a lot of those chances, and it's been a frustrating couple of years not be able to get back there. So I'm excited to get back into playoff hockey for sure. And it's going to be incredibly different for everyone, but it's still playoff hockey. It's a lot on the line, and I'm sure you're going to see that intensity out there.
Hey, Mark, you've played about 1 billion playoff games. Any part of you thinking how weird this is going to be, given everything that's going to happen here?
Yeah, the fact that we're not going to have any fans, that we're playing against a team that's not their rink or ours, it's going to be strange for sure. I don't really know what to expect, but our preparation now is just trying to get as sharp as we can until the puck drops, and then you figure it out as you go. It's like it is a similar, like every other playoff run, is you take it a game at a time and a shift at a time. You can't get too far ahead, and I think that's the best way to approach it. We shouldn't go in expecting too much, and just go out and play and be confident, and see where it goes.
Mark, you've experienced so much throughout your career, whether coming back from your eye injury, various lockouts. How does this experience and coming back after the pause, reflect on that compared to all those other stops and starts you've had throughout your career, and how this is so different?
Yeah, I think the lockouts are different because you're not quarantined, so you're skating, you're working out. You can kind of I think the one year we had like 6 or 7 day camp, and then we were playing regular season games. This is different because every guy was in a different situation, in a different country, different state, had different restrictions. So everyone's coming in here in different spots, but this is a good enough chunk of time to get ready, and a couple weeks. We're going to be sore the first week, and then after that, we'll start to get back into it. Guys come back mid-season all the time, from sitting on the couch for 6 weeks. So, it's a challenge, but everyone's in the same boat. So we just got to make the most of our time before we start.
Mark, we just learned a little while ago that the Calder Trophy finalists came out, and Adam Fox is not among them. And I'm wondering, having watched this guy up close all season long, if A, you're surprised by that, and B, you're disappointed by that, and whatever comments you'd like to add to that would be helpful.
Yeah, I think he had an incredible rookie year. I think he's the type of player that kind of flew under the radar early. I think he was playing really well, and then he really came on strong the last couple of months. So yeah, I think it's disappointing. He could have been up there with those guys for sure, but he made big strides, and he's going to be a really good player for a long time. And he's a special guy. So obviously we're happy to have him on our team.
Mark, you have a familiarity with Carolina. Does that help more, or does it really matter once you start playing, since you're so familiar with them? And I guess the same can be said for that team as well.
Yeah, like I said, obviously we're going to go over the games we've played against them, and tendencies of each team. We know each other well, like you said, but either team has never gone into a playoff round without playing any games, and not without playing any fans. So there's so much unknown that I think the focus has got to be on your own team, what you're doing, how you're executing, the effort you're giving, and then make adjustments as you go. The opponent, right now as we're preparing, doesn't make much of a difference. We just need to get our own stuff in line, and then take the challenge as it comes when we play them game one.
Hey, Mark, Good to see you. Just curious for your impressions from the scrimmage today, what you're seeing from the guys and where you feel like you guys are at both individually and as a team.
Well, obviously it was pretty scrambly out there. A lot of mistakes, but I think it was more about, turning over shifts, getting your heart rate up and down, getting kind of those kind of game-like touches in and trying to get as comfortable as possible with that. So I thought the pace was pretty good. I thought we kept it pretty high. It was a good effort. So, it's another step, and we'll continue to build on it.
And Mark, you've touched on this being unique. No one's been through this before. So I'm curious, does a team that has a lot of playoff experience or a player like yourself who has a lot of playoff experience, does that matter going into this situation? Does playoff experience make a difference in this spot now?
I mean, obviously you need to have guys that have been through it. I think that always helps. But going into this type of situation that no one's prepared for, I think it's going to play less of a factor, especially early on, and especially in these play-in rounds. It's going to be 4 or 5 games in 5 or 6 days. It's just going to, I think it's going to be, the team that's confident, playing well, playing hard, and getting some bounces and try to win. So I think it'll play a factor as you go along. But I mean, no one has any idea what this is going to be like. So you just need to make sure that you're playing as tight as possible early on, and not doing things to lose hockey games.
Mark, what's the protocol when you're playing a brother in a playoff series? I mean, do you avoid them? Do you kind of not talk about it, or do you call them up and talk even more trash than usual?
No, usually. I mean, when we have played each other in the past, we've gone radio silent for the duration of the playoffs, and then we'll talk afterwards. I talked to Jordan the other day, and after the first day, but I'm sure it'll be less and less as we go along here. But no, I mean it's hard because I lost to Jordan when he was on Pittsburgh, and it's brutal because you're happy for him, but you're also crushed, and it's the other way around. So it's fun to compete against him, but it's never fun to. I mean, either way, shaking hand when you win, shaking hand when you lose. It's that's never fun, but it is fun. We still get to play against each other in the best league in the world in playoffs. That's something that's never lost on us, and we're always grateful, and it's always a lot of fun.